Hello directors, and welcome to your tutorial today on creating a how-to video or a tutorial. So today's project, you are going to be teaching us how to do something. This can be anything. It can be cooking, it can be a craft, it can be shooting baskets, anything that you do well that you would like to teach other people how to do. This is your chance. So before we jump into iMovie, I want you to plan out first, what are you going to teach us how to do? And then second, what are you going to say to explain how to do whatever you choose? I want you to have at least 4 short videos. Some of them can be close-ups, some of them can be further away. Explore different angles. It's just going to be a very boring video if you put the iPad in front of you and talk for 2 minutes and then turn the video off. So we're going to use different angles and we're going to edit your video to make it more interesting for the viewer. So when you have all of that stuff planned out, we're going to jump in with the camera roll. You need to record your videos before you can load them into iMovie for editing. So my tutorial, I decided to share how to create a magic circle in crochet. That's something that my friends that crochet ask me to teach them how to do all the time. So I thought this video would be nice that I can share with my friends and they can watch it more than once if they need help with that project. So we're going to click on camera and we're going to go to video, and this is where you are going to record yourself. Don't forget to introduce yourself also. So I recorded mine earlier. You can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ended up not using this one. I didn't like that one. So I redid that one more than once. But I've got 5 different videos of things that I can load into iMovie for my tutorial. So let's go through that together. I'm going to open iMovie and I'm going to start a brand new project. That will be the plus sign in the corner. We are going to movie today and not trailer. So click on movie. And this is where you are going to select your videos. Now this 19-second one, I didn't like it. I don't want it in my video. So those 4 were the 4 videos I wanted to use in my tutorial. I will click those to import them, and then at the bottom, create movie. Now when I create my movie, this is where we're going to start, but this is really boring to just sit and watch. It's just me talking. So we're going to add some titles, some transitions, some music to make this a lot more interesting. Now, if you're like me, I recorded some of my videos myself, which means I have some trimming to do. So at the beginning, I turned on my camera, I'm walking to my chair, I'm sitting down, I'm fixing my shirt. I don't want that in my video. So I played, if I select my tile and I go to the scissors, I have an option to split this clip and I can delete that. I don't want that in my final product. I want it to look more finished.
Hello and welcome to...
So I think splitting your clips is a good place to start. See, at the end of this one, I get up to turn off the camera. And I don't want that in my final product either. So I would click on the tile, I would hit the scissors, I would split, and then I would get rid of all of the things I don't want. Now, between my 2 videos, this one was kind of a further away shot, and then I got more of a close-up on the next video. A transition would be really nice here to make that switch from the first video to the second video a little smoother. That's this one right here. So when I click on that, I'm going to get some options for transitions. Right now, none is selected, but I've got some like dissolve that would make it more interesting to watch. Now, they also give you time that you can use on this. Mine was only half of a second, but you can go all the way up to 2 seconds between. If you have 2 seconds in your transitions, that would mean that you need to have some blank space on the end of this video and the beginning of this video so you don't cut off any talking. Let's see what the 2-second transition looks like.
Crochet project. The magic circle is used.
So I like the 2 seconds, but I think I might trim some of this out before I turn in my final project. Okay, so there's transitions, and we talked about trimming your clips out to only get the parts that you want. I would like to have a title at the beginning of my video. So what I did is I just went to Google and I searched for yarn pictures, and I found me a pretty yarn picture up here. So I'm going to go to the plus sign with photos, and my pretty yarn photo was right here, and I want to hit the plus sign. And I'm going to add a title to this. So I'll click on title. You have options here when you pick your title. Do you want it to be in the center, or do you want it to be in the lower corner? Lower corner would make more sense if I was talking on the video and I wanted to add text to it. This is the very beginning of my video, so it makes more sense to put it in the center. So this would be a place to put my title, Yarning with Michelle. That's me. And if I don't want to use these, I'll just click on them and X them out, because if you leave them blank, it really will say text title here on your finished product, and that's kind of messy. So now I've got this cute little beginning before I transition into my videos.
Hello and welcome.
So maybe you decide this would be a good place for me to add a lower title and explain what I'm saying, or maybe if you use a word that people might not know what it is, you could put it there with correct spelling so people could look it up later. So I talk about in this video crocheting in the round, so that might be a good place for me to put that lower title. Okay, so I've got some titles, I've got transitions, I split my clips. The last thing that I want to add a soundtrack to my video, because me sitting in my chair and talking is really not that interesting. I want to pep up my sound a little bit. So up here, when we were back at the plus sign, and I'm in media, we're going to switch this over to audio. And this will be very similar to as it was in clips. If you go to the soundtracks, you've got a bunch of just preloaded soundtracks that you can choose. I listened to a bunch of them before I decided what to use for my video, and I landed on Y. I just thought it was cute and it didn't have any words in it, which is what I was going for. So plus sign will add that soundtrack to my video, and it will be there for the entire thing.
And welcome to Yarning with Michelle. Today's project will be the map.
So when you're all finished, I know that was a lot of editing. It will take you much longer than it took me. If this was my real project, I would not have gone so fast. When I did my real project sample for you, it took me quite a bit more time than this. So when you're all finished, we're going to close this out. We're going to hit done, and then we go back to the beginning. This would be a good place to rename your project. And remember, we can't load this to Google Classroom. They just don't play well together. So we are going to save your video. HD 720p is just fine. This will export your video to the camera roll. And then when you have exported your video to the camera roll, you will be able to attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom. It wouldn't be a screencast for Mrs. Schwinger if you didn't hear my son singing in the background, right? So at least we get that in our video once. Woohoo! So now it's in my photo library, which means my finished product is now in the camera roll. So there's my entire video, all edited with all of the things. So now we're ready to attach to Google Classroom. So we'll open that up. Remember, use the little chalkboard man. Yours is going to look a little different than mine because I'm in teacher mode, but you'll open iMovie and Clips. We'll go to classwork at the bottom. There will be an assignment down here that says how to video. You will click on that assignment, add an attachment, and it will say pick photo. I know that you do not have a photo, you have a video, but it will be in your camera roll, so that's where it's going to look for it. You'll pick photo, upload, make sure it goes all the way through and you see your video attached before you hit turn in, and then you are finished. So directors, you have 2 days to work on this project. I know it's a lot, so today might be a good day to plan out what you want to teach us and to record your videos, and then save all of your editing for tomorrow. I think that would be a good use of your time. So enjoy, and I can't wait to learn from your how-to videos something new.